What's up? What's up? It's your boy Corey B. So, there is no free. It is a misconception. It is a marketing tactic. It is a clickbait nonsense. It is just to get you on board with their narrative or what they want you to jump on board with, or, it's just to get you in the game. There's no free. There's no free. No free. And I want y'all to really take that with, I really want y'all to marinate on that and really think about that like that. There is no free. Everything has a cost. Everything you do has a cost. I'm a firm believer that we're in the land of opportunity. We absolutely are. There's consequences for your actions. There's so many things that you have the potential to do here that you can't do in other countries, in other nations, in other places in the world. But that doesn't mean that those things don't cost you something. People can lose jobs, and they have the right to terminate your employment based on things you do, things you say, the way you behave, the way you carry yourself, the way you act. If you don't exemplify the company that you're working for, these are things that could cause you to be terminated. Advice. You find these little things on YouTube, online. It's ironic because I'm posting this on YouTube right here. I'm posting this on my channel, my free channel. But at the end of the day, what am I really giving you? I'm giving you encouragement. I'm giving you tips. I'm giving you advice. But am I giving you direct stock tips? Am I giving you direct business models? Those things aren't free. None of that stuff's free. And anywhere that tells you it's free, man, they're misleading you. You're missing something. Stock tips that come on, like the big gurus and stuff. The people, big. Munger, Buffett. They fully disclose everything. All their tradings are public, but they're public after they've traded, after they've bought. So after they bought in, then you know what they bought. But they're not sitting here telling you ahead of time, hey, this is what you should buy. Because that costs money. So y'all are sitting back on your iPhone, on your smartphone, watching your little YouTube videos and, jumping on Facebook, Reddit, Instagram, thinking somebody's going to tell you how to get rich. Nah, man. Nah. You're missing it. That mess ain't free. That mess ain't free. It costs. Be willing to put forth the money. Be willing to invest. There was this thing I saw earlier today on social media. It was talk about Cena, John Cena. I don't know if you know John Cena, but he is he was in the WWE Wrestling Federation, and he was also he's also become an actor. He was much more successful in WWE. He's in a few movies here and there, but nothing huge. But anyways, ultimately, his name, John Cena, even though that is his birth name, his legal name, that's his name, John Cena. But when he signed contracts with WWE, he gave away rights for them to market his name. Unlike a lot of these people who, Stone Cold, Mankind, Undertaker, whatever, they come up with these gimmicky names. He chose to go with his legal name. His legal name, Dwayne Johnson went The Rock. He came out originally as Rocky Maivia, which was descendant of the great Maivia wrestling family, and then eventually he just shortened it to The Rock to be cool, and his name's Dwayne Johnson. He's not Rocky Maivia. Honestly, at the end of the day, I don't even know if Dwayne Johnson is his 100% real name. But the point is John Cena decided to use his legal name as his wrestling stage name. By using his legal name, he signed away rights. He signed away narratives to what they utilized his name for. And as he did that, now he's transitioned from wrestling. And now he's gone into Hollywood, and he does different movies here and there. And as he's done these movies, every time that his movie is headlined or his name is headlined in a movie, a film, or whatever, WWE gets a percentage. because they own the legal rights to his name. Now, to some people, quickly think that's unfair, right? That's unfair. How could they possibly have legal rights to it? Because he signed it away. He didn't have to sign it. See, the thing is, more people need to know, and this is the topic I'm going to follow up on a later post. But the reality is that you've got to know what the papers mean that you're signing. Hey, buddy.
I got kinetic sand.
Very cool. Very cool.
And he's a big mushroom.
All right, buddy.
Oh, good.
So you need to understand the papers and documents that you're signing, and if you don't understand them, don't sign them. Get a lawyer, get a financial advisor, get an agent, get somebody. And sometimes you're like, well, I can't afford those things. It's either you got to pay the money for them to read it, or you're going to pay the money when you sign away things. Or you've got to somehow work out with somebody who says, well, I'm not going to take a cut until you get paid. Some work that way, but a lot of them don't. It kind of just depends. The better ones don't. The better ones want your money up front. So it's a real, there's a big aspect of what you should do and what you shouldn't do. But if you sign away, your rights to your name, you don't get it back. You've given it. But they gave you a chance. And John Cena, when he was in an interview, he recently was in an interview, and they're like, doesn't this make you feel bad that they get a piece? And he's like, no, man. Before WWE gave me a shot, I was literally mowing lawns. I was mowing lawns, hoping I would have enough to eat and pay rent and this and that. He was like, they gave me a shot, and now I'm making way more than I ever could have made without. And maybe he's right, maybe he's wrong. But at the end of the day, he feels good about his choices. Someone like Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry has always been very strong and firm in the fact that his creative talent will be owned by him. He will give up no rights. He beat on Hollywood doors, constantly. Studios. He would go from studio to studio to studio for years, bringing him his scripts, bringing him his plays and stuff, and saying, hey, look, I've had this many in attendance at my play that I put together and this and that, so let's create a film out of it. And they kept telling him, we'll sign these papers, and he was like, I'm not giving up my rights. So the price that he paid was he had to wait. The price that Cena paid is he no longer owns the right to his own name. But Cena got on the jump. He got on the train as quick as he could. Tyler Perry was happy and content, saying, I'm going to earn this the slow way, I'm going to do this the long game, and I'm going to own everything that's mine. They both paid a price, but it's just a matter of you. Spider. It's just a matter of you. When you gauge how you're doing your business, how you're developing things, how you're building a brand for yourself, how you're developing your name. Is your name going to be part of your brand? And if it is, then you've got to keep these things in mind. Nothing is for free. Nothing is for free. There's a cost. There's always a cost. There's always a price to pay. Like I said, Tyler Perry, there's plenty of people who will look at Tyler Perry and say, oh, he did it right. There was a price that he paid. He did the long game. And he worked hard. He busted it. Like he spent, I think it was like something like 2.5 years or something that he didn't even have a single day off. He was literally selling out night after night after night because he had to keep that clientele going. He had to keep that traffic, those regular viewers who wanted to come see his plays. He had to keep them happy so he could keep it going. I mean, the man hustled on a level of that. I mean, it's just unprecedented, man. So he paid a price, but he's living fat on it now. And he's somebody I've seen in his podcast. He did a podcast with T.I. where he was talking about the reality is that some people sell away their rights to this or that, and some people sell away partial rights. And at the end of the day, what's most important is that you're informed and educated, because no matter how you play the game, there's always a price. There's always a price if you're going to play the long game and own everything and fight harder, or you're going to take a little bit of an easier route and sell off something. There's a price no matter how you do it. So nothing's free. There's a price for everything. Just keep that in mind and just give some thought to what are you willing to let go of, what are you willing to fight for, and what is most valuable to you. Getting that guaranteed payday, keeping ownership to your creativity, maybe developing a brand that your name isn't on it. Steve Jobs himself didn't put his name on Apple. His name is Apple. He developed a company, Apple, but then he went public, created a board of directors, and that board voted him out of his own company. If you ever decide to take your company public, Musk is dealing with that with Tesla, not with being voted out, but Musk took his company public, and then now he's got a board that has, over the last couple of years, they've given him a hard time about certain things. If you have a board to answer to, you have a company that's investors all over the place, then there's things that you're not allowed to say just because you own the company, even though some people think you should be able to say whatever you want. You're the boss. You own it, right? You're the boss. No, you've got stockholders and investors. Like I said, no matter what you do, there's always a price. Weigh your options, know the cost, and be willing to pay the cost of the choices that you make. All right, let's talk about it. Let's discuss. Comment below. Hit me up. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, beingcoreybayless.com. Y'all know where to find me. Holla at your boy. All right, let's keep getting it done. Get cocky. Level up. All right, till next time, I'm out.